Welcome to Recovery Unleashed, the podcast where we dive deep into transformation, healing, high performance, and recovery. I'm your host, Hannah Dalby. I'm the founder of Recovery Jungle, Recovery Unleashed. I'm an integral alchemist, food coach, a recovery expert, and also a retired professional Muay Thai fighter and current jiu-jitsu lover. In each episode, we explore what it truly takes to break free from addiction, trauma, self-sabotage, and unlocking a life truly filled with energy, success, and peace. Through my very own story of addiction recovery and raw conversations with experts, coaches, athletes, healers, we uncover the tools and mindset shifts needed to master recovery in every area of your life. This isn't just about healing, this is about unleashing your full potential. If you're ready to reclaim your life, tune in, do the work, and let's rise together. I was driving with Deegan to the organic store. We had to go get like bone broth, something healthy. And it was around Christmas, and the 2 days prior, we had also gone to the organic store to get pumpkins or whatever, and we'd get the chocolate-coated strawberries from the bucket, you know, to eat on the way home before anyone knew.
Oh, they're dry, like freeze-dried?
Freeze-dried strawberries. Really good. There's huge dopamine here on the way home. We're pulling into the car park, and he turns around to me and goes, "Now, you're not getting any chocolate strawberries today?" And I was like, "Excuse me? You're going to tell me what I'm not going to eat, huh? Am I fat? Do you not love me? Hello?" I was so triggered, and it was like all of the feelings of every man that had ever said anything about what I was eating. Too much, not enough. Oh, you can't eat any more chicken. Your boobs are getting too big. Oh, like you know, all of the like Muay Thai trainer comments. When you put on 500 grams, all of that stuff, just like, and I was like, you two, really? This is what? Come on, man.
Poor Deacon.
And I didn't talk to him in the store. I was like, no, don't touch me, don't talk to me.
Is that something that you do? As in, like, could he say the same thing to you, and you'd be in a different state of mind, and you'd respond differently?
Potentially, or if he said it differently. You know,
Tell me how he said it again.
It was a real like, you know, we're not getting any chocolate strawberries today, okay?
He said, "We're not."
Or you're not. Probably was probably you're not. You know.
And you took it as a go at your body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think you've done it before, where someone said it and you haven't responded that way?
You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, in that, like, I'm like, hang on a minute, I'm the health coach.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I'm the one that taught you how to eat the meat every day, and you're going to tell me when I can and can't eat the chocolate strawberries? Like, shut the fuck up.
Actually, do you think it's because it's someone close to you? Like if someone in the car.
It was someone like random person.
Yeah.
But it was, it was someone, it was a man that was close to me, and I'm like, that was, you know, had so far behaved really beautifully.
Intimacy,
and was like, now I'm going to give you the rules about food.
And
you know? And so I was really mad, and he sent me to the car so he could buy the things, and you know, I sat with it the whole way home, and I got home and I was like, oh, I need some space. No, because now I was like, now I don't want anything. Now if I eat if I eat the strawberry, I'm going to be this horrendous, unworthy, you know, so now there'll be no chocolate strawberries, and I'm going to be mad about it. And I didn't like, my body actually didn't want to consume it. I now felt like I couldn't. It was now unsafe. And I went home and sat with it. And what I could feel in my body was this shame around eating. And then like digging into it and trying to feel it even further, it was almost like I could feel this collective shame of every human that is all of the women that went to restaurants on dates and were like, "Well, just have a salad," you know, trying to not be in shame around eating, and all of the it's too much, it's too little, there's too much gluten, you like whatever trend is going on at the time, and no matter what you're doing, even if you're like consciously going, this is nourishment and this is beautiful and I'm doing the right thing for myself, there's that like little underlying shame kind of carrying through.
Sometimes like I wonder if, like, if you're feeling shame, sometimes I wonder, is it something else as well? Like, is it also a way of wanting to be loved exactly as you are by someone else. Like, because there would be something underneath that shame, and you can go down that route and go, everyone who's told you this, but at the end of the day, is it just to just feel loved and enjoy the wonderfulness of it all exactly as you are?
I think there's truth in that.
Yeah. With or without strawberries.
Which he does, and it's actually hard for me to receive in its totality.
There we are. Yeah. That reciprocity thing. Yeah. That thing about everybody wants love. Everybody wants to feel, I just want someone to love me for me. I just want this and that. But the big thing is how receptive do you actually think you are to being loved completely, and how conditional is your idea of love? Yeah. So, yeah, I think like when you keep, there's always something under something. So with the shame, it feels like just to be loved completely and wholly.
Because we had a huge conversation around it. I unpacked it for a couple of days and then started watching how we would almost shame each other for things. Even other people in the house, there's little comments that are like little digs.
What is that about?
Well, I think it's projection.
But what are you poking at?
Like, you having another cake, are you? You know?
Oh, it's just a game that just avalanched. And everyone's one-upping or something.
Yeah, well, no, it's like just being really aware of how, we're living in the recovery jungle where everyone's on the program, and this is the way we're eating, and we do the keto and the fasting and all of the things, and so it's really prevalent when it's not on the program.
So how do you... it's not on the program.
But if something's not on the program, right, it's like, oh, what are you doing? And like, are you shaming me for eating the damn cake? Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Is that how people respond?
No, but then we started doing that over the next few days of like, hang on a minute, you don't get to say that. Like, are you actually shaming me because you're projecting? Because you think you shouldn't be having that? And like, how much does that happen really subtly?
What's the coolest way anyone's ever reacted? Yeah, like, does anyone just not care?
I mean, I started to not care because I unpacked it.
That was your solution?
Well, it's like coming to a place where it's sovereignty. I'm doing this because it's what I'm choosing to do in this moment right now, and there's complete sovereignty in it. And then I think what you're saying is, I want to be loved exactly as I am, so can I love myself exactly as I am? Yeah,
because if you were totally in yourself, you'd just be staring at them while you're munching, going, are you okay? Like, are you counting calories now that I need to know about? Or I take that, when I hear the story, I do take it quite, I don't understand why people have to play those kind of games. It's like, is there something wrong with you? Like, do you need attention? Do you not want me buying these? Like, we can't afford, I find the funny games funny. My brain slows down a bit and goes, well, is everyone, like, what's the problem? But okay, we might have to edit all of this part out because my brain is really like going, why are people being mean to each other?
Well, I think it's projecting because they're being mean to themselves and they don't want to see someone else in full joy and pleasure of something they can't feel joy and pleasure themselves for because they guilt themselves for it.
Could anyone respond in a way to hand it back to the person?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, like, could anyone say, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, and because when you're speaking from that point now, like, you've got that perspective.
Yeah.
So, like, to diffuse that, I mean, we're too smart, we're too old, we've been through too much. Like, this is a game, like, there are funner games out here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, I get it, it's a theme, like, you can poke some fun. But yeah, the only way to teach it is to be the example of it, I guess, and walk the walk. So, I don't know, like, I'm still, with the shame part, I'm just thinking, yeah, it's just what you said again, just loving yourself. Well, what's the big deal?
Well, I think it is a big deal for a lot of people.
It is a big deal, but it's being talked about, not actioned through in a better way. What's been different with how you express yourself now to how you would express yourself 6 years ago when you were going through a harder time?
I feel like it was I mean, there was actually an interesting moment, like just after getting clean, of this extreme self-expression. You know, I walk around with all the diamantes on my face all the time. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You know, it was like almost an extreme self-expression.
I do
like,
remember. Yep.
Screw you all. I'm going to do what I want, how I want. And like, I stopped wearing business suits. I would wear whatever the hell I wanted, put the diamantes on, have the, you know, ridiculous. I was just really loud about it. It was like almost forcing expression onto the world. And, you know, I even remember the videos I'd make for the business and for my work. It was like, how much expression can I possibly do? It was like there was so much that had been suppressed for so long that it was, because I was trying to be so careful about don't let the high come out. You know, I'm hiding it all. So it was like, be a little bit in a box so no one will ever know. And then taking that away, it was like, here I am, world.
That's cool.
And I feel like now there's, it's gentler.
Yeah.
And it's not for anyone else. It's what brings me actual joy. And I mean, I don't think it's perfect.
Are you doing different things, like other than the expression and how you're visually expressing yourself? Are your habits, even with how you work with business, changed a lot?
The thing that I've changed in business is I've allowed a lot of support in. So it was me against the world then. Like, here's my expression, here's my thing, I'm doing it all by myself. I don't need anyone, I don't need anything. And now I've allowed in so much support. And that's been a journey, like an evolving, okay, I can let this much in, and I can because it's also giving up control.
I have never heard anyone use that as their first noticeable shift, that they've allowed so much support in. And I think that should always be the first one, to be that receptive. It's really beautiful. And because I've known you from that time as well, there is a softening. And isn't that amazing? Like, to get that support satiated, that it just allows you to like, feel relief.
Yeah.
And I guess naturally you'd connect more to people, relate better to people. And then it's called a community, right?
Yeah.
Nice job.
Well, I think that's probably the actual biggest thing, is being able to communicate and relate to people and give a shit. You know, rather than I'm here giving a service or receiving a service, but you can get fucked if you're coming inside my little bubble.
So with reciprocity, we were talking about it at some point, that people come and they want to heal, they want love, they want change, they want growth. But they fight so hard to hold on to their pain that what they want to do is actually become receptive to receiving, like to allow the wall to come down, allow the guard to come down. And they're like, I want that. It's like, but you got to let go of this thing to be able to have that other thing. So do you see that a lot at work? Do you see people having that fight with wanting to progress, but not being receptive to care because they know what to do, because I'm a sports person, I've done this for so long, or whatever the field is?
Consistently. I mean, I experience it all of the time. Like, it feels like a holding on with your knuckles being white in absolute terror, that if I let go I might die. And I watch people do the same thing. You know, they come in and they're like contracted and like, I will, like, I don't want it. And sometimes I feel that it's just getting that particular contraction energy to leave the body and allow them to feel what expansion feels like.
So that's things like central nervous system stuff. So you're talking like breath work, meditation, walks in nature. I mean, these are things that we know 100% guarantee calm the central nervous system. But then what you want to do is run a new program through after, like, you can, because you can get caught in that loop. Like, I'm feeling it, I'll just do some breathing. I'm feeling that, I'll just go for a walk. Yeah. But there's, you know, just want to actually shift in that moment. That's a tricky part.
Well, that's actually what I think a lot of addiction is I'm feeling it, so I'll run, exercise, drink, work, have sex, whatever, And then it's like, I've got dopamine, I'm fine again. There is no problem. So can the breath work become the addiction?
It is.
And you know, oh, well, I'm doing all these amazing things now, so I'm fine because I breath work and I yoga and
Yeah, because there are people who have profound changes because of their intention to never be that person ever again.
Yeah.
And there are people who, like, you might see people who go to the gym for a year, they look the same. People go to the gym for a year, you're like, holy crap, what have you been doing? And the difference is, I want out. I'm out of here. Like, I'm out of here.
Well, I think there's also a lot of people that enjoy, like, part of the subconscious kinky joy is to be in the process of losing the weight, getting in shape. Okay, well, what are you going to do when you get there? So I'll just constantly and forever be in it.
What does that make me think of with the when you're to be able to talk to someone when they want something but they're not receptive to it, and it's kind of, you know, you're watching someone really upset. It's like, look, I can't hand it to you because, like, you're not letting go of this thing. I want to give it to you. So it's the art of knowing how to ask the right question and show them what's happening inside of them, because for some people, they're never going to do a central nervous system activity straight away. They're not going to breathe, walk, meditate, right? But there are ways around it with a good, elegant inquiry. And I don't know if there's techniques that you use when you're talking to people. There are some things that I like to use when I'm working with people, because in that moment, it doesn't matter what you tell them about them. It doesn't matter what you recommend to them. You got to get into HQ, their own, and you want them in there because no one else can get in there. And sometimes in those situations, I might point out just how out of coherence their head and heart are. And so this is what you're asking me, this is what's happening. I can speak to you quietly, beautifully, take you through an exercise, but until your head and heart level and go, I'm out of my skin and I can't let go. I would love to let go. Tell me more about letting go. Tell me more about, well, I don't know how the person would think, but just to slow them down to go, nothing's going to bridge until these two stop dancing apart from each other. We just want to make a little bridge here so we can get some cool information going. So there is this, this is not my own system. Like, I was taught this through another teacher, so I did not come up with this. So I'm reteaching what he teaches. I'll do a little drawing for you. So this comes from Matthias De Stefano, I think his name is. But he explains this really, really, really well. So I'm not going to use his words verbatim. I'm going to do the best I can, but the concept is 100% his, but it's super duper helpful. Because when people are stuck with, whether it's that behavior with wanting to, what were we talking about, the guys at the gym who want to change but can't and let go and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so he talks about the matrix, but I want to bring the example in from what you were saying. So going back to people who want to be receptive but they can't. So how can we do that? I'll figure it out as I go. So he talks about the matrix a lot and how we try to escape the matrix, but the deal is you can never escape the matrix. You can't, because you're here. And because there's these two separate minds on, I guess the movie had a lot to say with breaking the matrix, but to actually understand that you can never leave the matrix. It's a little bit like if you've ever journeyed with sacred medicines, you can't just decide during it that you want out.
You certainly cannot.
You can't.
You're going to have a bad time.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Exactly that point.
Yeah.
That's exactly the point. So it's a really great arena to learn play or be played. You got to know the game, man. Like, you're here for a while, you know. So there is never a way out, but there's always a way through. Always, always. Like, I forget, was it Winston Churchill who said, if you're going through hell, keep going, right? Those kinds of things. So anyway, in his system, he explains the matrix really, really beautifully. So this is not exactly how he does it, but this is definitely his template that I'm using. So if I was to put this dot here and put this experience as in, well, can I use your chocolate story?
Absolutely.
Okay. So what happened was he says, you're not getting strawberries. Mm-hmm. And how did that make you feel?
Like I was now unworthy.
You're unworthy. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So,
angry.
You're angry and unworthy. So this is the incident, right? This is the moment where he says, you're not getting those. Now, in order to know how you feel about the moment that just happened, you have to step away to observe yourself and notice what you think just happened. So you step out here. So here is no food. Is that fair enough? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when someone says that you can't, you feel unworthy.
Defensive.
Oh, defensive. All right. But you feel defensive because...
No, they're judging me.
All right. So you feel judged.
Yeah.
So that's what's really going on, is under all of that,
yeah.
You feel judged. So it could be unworthy too, but judged is a nice one. So judged is like not seen, not understood. Mm-hmm. So misunderstood.
Or validated.
Not validated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not trusted.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, because it feels like it's really tender. Like you don't know me, you don't see me.
You don't trust me.
You don't trust me. Yeah. That's how you feel.
Yeah.
So that's, your word is really animated there. So let's take that word. So a person comes in, the moment's happened, you're like, whoa, what just happened? So you have to go out to observe the moment because the feeling is strong, and then you can gauge like, okay, so this person does not trust me, or I'm judged. But then another part of you has to come and observe, and then this observer derives meaning. So when someone says no, or when someone doesn't agree with me, I'm not trusted, and that means they're judging me. So this moment here will build up a momentum, so to speak, and you'll get uncomfortable, mm-hmm. and you'll want to break free. Mm-hmm. And we all relate to that feeling. I don't want to sit with them, they make me feel like that. I don't like going there, you know how I feel. People have this urge to break free, and this is how we start to build these matrices. So you want to break free. So whatever level that you're at, that will be your point of magnetics to what your next step is. So if you want to break free and you're like, screw that, and you are determined to find someone who sees you as you are, but the point of magnetics and the level that you execute that has the same frequency of the experience. Mm-hmm. So then you'll meet a friend and you might feel relieved, and you're having a drink, say you're having a giggle about a few things, and then your friend might say, let's get going, and you might say, let's just have one more drink, and then she says, but do we need it? And then you're like, screw you, mm-hmm. See what I mean? Mm-hmm. People don't freaking whatever it is. And we keep trying to break free and create these different worlds, but we're creating them at the same point of magnetics, so we're getting similar outcomes. So then we might have partners who think there's friends, business, I can't find anyone, why do I always get this? Mm-hmm. kind of thing. So the observer one day, just for fun, I happened to bring my my colours. Who would have thought? You're a spicy situation in here. So if you can't break it, you have to become it. You have to face it. It's the only way out is through, kind of thing. So if you're like, hey, there's a pattern here. Mm-hmm. What am I keep getting the same, what am I actually doing? What am I actually doing? And then someone says, hey, there's a party on tonight. Let's go out and eat. So yeah, I'd really like that. And you've made a pledge. Like, I notice that I feel funny when this always happens. I keep getting these things. So you might start to go, do I think I'm actually fat? Do I actually think I've got an eating problem? What am I willing to do about that? So maybe for a while you go off and you start building a different matrix of like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know I felt that way about myself. And you're just having these new experiences. So you forget about this world for a while. And then one day what might happen is you might come across the old past, and someone might say, hey, let's grab a bite to eat. And I say, oh, why don't we keep the hors d'oeuvres away from Hannah? And maybe by then Hannah's developed something called a sense of humour.
Yeah.
or a perspective.
Uh-huh.
So your point of magnetics is very different now. They're not dealing with the same person. You're a totally different person. So your response might be, hors d'oeuvres, don't you mean the main meal hors d'oeuvres and the desserts? Like I see they've got soft serve on demand here. And then it's nothing.
Yeah.
And the jokes kind of fizzle out and you don't have those experiences anymore.
Yeah.
But what might happen is occasionally you might have like, oh, I just snapped. Mm-hmm. Because I'm still figuring it out, and you feel like it's a failure, but it's like you just had to stop the energy flow. You just didn't know else how to. And then you get more and more fluent, and then you're just building a whole different world, and you don't really identify with that anymore, but you're very compassionate to it. Like you become hopefully a master, and that's when you can help others. And but mind you, these matrix are great because you keep building them all the time, non-stop, constantly. And if imagine if for everything we keep going through, if we looked at it as what happened, how did I feel, what am I observing? Whoa. The whoa is people want to, they want to accelerate that moment because it's uncomfortable. But you have to slow it right down. You have to slow it down. And this is where you get into like the quantum side of upgrading your DNA, because what you don't actually realize you're doing is you're feeding the virus as opposed to removing it and changing that program completely. And this is where this is done in you can do it in meditation, you can do it just sitting here going, do I really want to think that? Do I really want to think that? And that's what I mean by it won't shift until the head and heart level. It just won't, no matter how much it makes sense on some days, no matter how much it feels right. But meanwhile, the head's gone out for lunch and it's like, damn, I really was ready for this right now. Until they level, and I guess that's where, this is where the central nervous system work really shows off, or why people like using other things, like medicines and such. But make no mistake, you can do it on your lounge.
So
you don't need to do a huge amount of anything. You just need to decide to level the head and heart.
I agree wholeheartedly. And there's a practice I've learnt recently from my coach, my teacher now, which is just really getting into tantric work, but for emotion, and to just go into all of the body. So as soon as there's a trigger, I mean, I've developed an ability to watch myself from outside of myself in most moments anyway. I'm like, I can be being quite manic and being like, this is interesting.
Can you just summarize tantric work, because everyone's learning different modalities right now?
I just feel like it's being within the body, being in feeling.
Okay.
Like that broad, I'm inside of my body, I'm in my feeling, I'm experiencing everything from the body rather than from the...
got it. Somatic.
And so every time there's a something, rather than doing words or things like that, or making any conclusions, is to just go and feel what it feels like in my body and allow it to maybe move to a different place. And then I will notice the story that comes up with it, and maybe the ridiculousness of it, or the validity of it, and why that might be there, and then can make conscious choice about what to do with it from that point.
Do you think that people are looking for any way or the right way to start healing, awakening, liberating? Because there's so many modalities and everyone's a shaman and everyone's doing all these things now. in where you are,
Mm-hmm.
what do you come up against? Like, what do you feel that, I mean, I guess the advantage you have is because it's sporty, it's gonna work because people just want to be more sporty and better at sport. So,
well, I don't even deal with that anymore. Right. I've got Graves' disease and 50-year-old men that just want to lose weight and have some energy back, and like I don't really see a lot of athletes, and I feel like that is it's almost a scary place for me to step into, to go, hey, crazy athletes, like, you need to stop and calm down. And they're all dealing with their dietitians and their professional people that are probably causing them a little bit of damage. So there's and also I have not successfully managed to put myself back into professional athlete state from the damage I was being a professional athlete and also causing my thyroid lots of issues and my hormone system lots of issues and my entire body lots of issues because of the way I was doing
magician's cloth. It's like trying to get it out.
Rabbit?
Yeah, felt like it could be.
And I guess, so I think it'll come. It'll come. I just haven't fully landed. I mean, I just recently did blood tests and my thyroid's still not fully recovered from the damage I did under eating, overtraining, and the endless weight cutting and stuff like that. So I'm quite I'm stepping those stones right now. So yeah, the clients that I deal with are almost just everyday people that have had enough of having the same shit happen to them day in, day out for the last 30 years. And the one thing, like, I think people know there's not the one thing. What I'm finding is that it's all of the things that ends up having it land for people, because it's like, yep, the therapy, like all different therapies will get you somewhere, and they have a place and a benefit in some ways. I think the therapies are upgrading. Some can be left behind now. It also requires the right food and the right amount of exercise and really good sleep and hydration and salts and and sometimes if you've got lots of toxic and inflammation stuff going on, like, some of the recovery stuff can be really good, but I think if you just deal with your emotional side, but you are eating cake and seed oils every day, you're probably still going to have some emotional issues.
How up to speed are people with understanding that your water really needs to be clean? Like, this is like a anti-fluoride kind of thing. How aware is a community of seed oils where you are, and grass-fed, vegetarian, vegan? I don't know.
I have maybe 20% of the clients come in knowing that that's what they should do. And the rest of them, they're like, what?
What? Oh, right. Like, I can't believe it's not butter. Butter kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really incredible, though, watching how quickly.
Oh, right.
How quickly they shift.
Yeah.
Like, phenomenal. It blows my mind. I'm like, did that make this? Like,
I mean, it's very easy to see how important water is and the damage that fluoride does do. And that it's never once been... the Dental Association never actually approved it or something. They just mention it, but they don't actually state it as an end. Like, there's some weird legal wording around it. I want to be more precise when I talk about that. That's great. I've got my dad who, if I pour him filtered water, he's like, tap water's the best. And I'm like, yeah, you can drink it for the lot of like, he just fights that old fight so much. Okay, you have this habit, but now what? Like, you want to have these little tricks on how to get out. Slowing down is really hard for people, like super duper. Even like when a session starts, one of the first things I'll say is, we have heaps of time. You don't have to worry about, I'm listening to you, I've got a plan, we'll get there in the end. Because people start to talk really fast and just start to dump everything on the table, and I can feel them panicking, thinking, how do I get everything up so she understands the story so that we can get to this? So straight away I'm like, we have time, and I'm paying heaps of attention to you. And they're like, oh, okay, So you don't have to worry about it. You're going to get your session's worth. It's all in there. And thinking that if you accelerate, you can just flatten that hill. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. And it's not just slowing down. It's like kill the engine, like totally kill the engine. Otherwise, you can't change anything. And I mean, that's obviously why meditation or breathing or walking is so great. Or just doing absolutely nothing. Like,
you know, it takes me to do like 5-day fasts to really just lay in the bed, do nothing. I find that really helpful. Because then there's
what's helpful when you're fasting, and
because then I'll actually do nothing, because then there's actually like not enough energy to get up.
Oh, you don't want to do too much.
Yeah, well, I'm like, I can now do so much. I get so much benefit outside of the body stuff because I'm actually laying there doing nothing, and all of the downloads and all of the you know.
How much has your perspective on meals changed since changing? Like seeing the propaganda and the push of 3 meals a day and 2 snacks?
Significantly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do any of that.
Yeah, it's funny how brainwashed we are.
Yeah.
So brainwashed to...
So brainwashed.
And that's a super duper sensitive topic for some people that I have spoken to because of health conditions and what they've been told for a long time about how they need to care for their health. And they're in serious... Yeah, I have upset people by mentioning that. I mean, just to bring people to speed, I'm sure we're all on the same page of Kellogg's 1940 something said the Mormon needed to make some money from their farms. What do? We've got all these grains, call it cereal. The mums are going back to work. They didn't have time. Cereal, the most important meal of the day. That was made by them. There was a marketing line. No health practitioner ever said that line. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And the next thing you know, we're on 3 meals, 2 snacks, diabetes type 2, and all the rest of it. Yeah. And then you start a fasting lifestyle, and then you're like, hang on a minute. I'm thriving. Yeah. And I'm saving money. I'm burning fat. I'm looking good.
Looking good. My brain works.
Yeah.
Like a computer.
Yeah.
Without, like, I find 4 or 5 days into a fast, my ADHD disappears.
Yeah. I remember saying to a doctor, it feels like the baby stopped crying. Yeah. Like there is just a peacefulness.
Yes.
And when you're listening to a room, you just feel like Ultra Terminator.
100%. I started completing thoughts.
Oh, whoa. No.
Completing sentences. And then following through on the completed thought till the end of the task for entire days. I'm like, cleaning things.
You just touched on something pretty wild there. Okay. The following through, because nothing new. Keep them distracted, keep them fed, keep them poisoned. Following through, I reckon that's all you need to hear. Like, why should I fast? You want to finish something? Yeah. You want to get that word out? Yeah. You want to get that book out? Yeah. You want to get that washing folded away, put in a drawer, not washed.
Organised.
It is, it's the following
colour-coded.
Through. Yeah, you have created a whole new matrix. You're in a whole new world where things finish.
And it ends the moment you put sugar in your mouth.
It ends the moment you put sugar in your mouth. It's like you feel like the blinds have come down. Yeah, big time. You do. I was going to use a different word. I'd prefer dumb. Dumb. Yeah. You feel super dumb.
So the big food, like the brainwashing of big food, like that thing on Netflix where the guy just eats sugar, but it's only from healthy packaging foods, and he like in 7 days his entire system just goes haywire. Like he's almost got type 2 diabetes in 7 days of eating like healthy alternative snacks that have actually got heaps of sugar in them. So what the? And I, I have people come and sit down. We're about to do food coaching to teach them how to fast and eat lots of meat. And they're like, no, I eat really healthy. And it's like,
What are they eating?
Like yogurt and packaged muesli bars and oats and fruit for breakfast. Like just I eat heaps of bananas and mangoes and that for breakfast, and then I have like some sourdough toast with, you know, some honey and some, you know, like it's just like glucose for the entire day.
Grilling.
Like,
some Hawaii.
And just like a, you know, a little bit of, I just might have one chocolate here or one chocolate there, and I'll drink juice, and it's like the spikes. All I can see is the insulin spikes through the day, and I'm like, Alzheimer's, you know?
Yeah, because like when you're fasting, and you know that inner peace in your head, even though you're so much more present and mindful on what you are consuming, without even forcing yourself to. You just get so one-pointed, and it's so beautiful. You don't consume media the way you normally do. You really don't consume the conversations.
You don't.
It's so, consumption changes on every single layer, doesn't it? It's so beautiful. It's so sacred. I can't imagine not bringing that in to my life.
Yeah.
Like it's beautiful. And it's really important to give back to the abundance that we're given, like to sacrifice that thing as well.
So what do you talk about that more?
Well, I mean, how many times have we eaten to a sore belly?
Yeah.
How many times you've woken up just regretting what you've eaten? How many times have you like just stayed in a conversation too long? And
you can't do that when you're fasting.
You can't. It just made me spit. But you know, if you want something, there has to be a level of sacrifice, but sacrifice not in the vein of suffering, but in acknowledging how something got to where it is. There's a must in sacrificing, an absolute must. I mean, even in a deep breathwork session, you sacrifice taking in for a while to get to a destination. Like there's this, you don't just get it given to you. There is a code, and it's not behavioural. It's as in you're a good person. It's just the path. You know. It's just the path. So that's what I mean by that. When we're forced to consume and we're force fed everything. From our playlists to information to everything is just force-fed to us. Like I listen to music that I'd never pick for myself. I'm like, what am I, like, I don't do that. Like, yeah, like I just,
don't do that.
No. But, you know, just going to I mean, I've walked out of shops sometimes because I'm just like, oh man, that is pounding. Like it's 9 o'clock in the morning and like, I'm not saying don't play the music, but you know what I mean. Like, you just start consuming things because everyone's telling you or talking about it.
You know, the other thing I've found in doing this kind of food and doing the fasting is becoming really aware of how things affect my body.
Oh, that's such a great one.
And so now I know the exact feeling of what an almond croissant.
Like the coffee conversation.
The coffee conversation.
Like when you have a homemade organic coffee.
Compared to a shop coffee. I bought non-organic mycotoxin free, and I've been buying only this like mycotoxin free beautiful coffee.
You got to hit me up later.
I will. And then I bought regular coffee because they sold out and we couldn't get it delivered. And I was just getting raging headaches.
Wow.
And I'm like, you know, this still quite expensive, beautiful coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm getting raging headaches because I now can actually feel what the subtleties.
Yeah, the sensitivity.
And how different, like, I mean, I'm...
Because you're clean.
Because I'm clean. Yeah. Too much almond butter and I'm in trouble, you know? There's certain... And so I'm really, really aware. So now all of the decisions that I make in my life is for how it's going to affect how I feel, how I operate, how my emotions react, like what sugar or too much gluten can do to my emotional state and my reactivity within the next 48 hours is quite a lot.
That's exactly like that whole force-fed and brainwashing that we unfortunately have in this world. So when you fast, and then now that you've cleaned a lot of your receptors and you have a crap a good, no, you have a good quality coffee.
Yeah.
It just hasn't gone through the organic biodynamic, pick your favourite, they're all good.
Yeah.
And like you think about herbal medicine, which has been the chief medicine for how long? But we've had our receptors so bombarded that before, if you use lavender, you'd lose your migraine. Like you were so clean, you were so receptive to mother's medicine. Pardon me, but now you've got to take all these things like a Nurofen and a paracetamol to get
some codeine, you know.
But because it's the only thing that works, and that's a scary line to hear someone say, because it's like, whoa, like there is so much contamination. Because even after a fast, a loud room is really offensive to the senses. It's like, whoa, because you're so clean, you're so receptive. I think that's enough to show someone how force-fed and how harsh. I mean, it's nothing that we don't know, but when you experience it,
you have to experience it. I think that's one of the most beautiful things. Watching someone go through this process, start fasting, and then do something they used to do, and go, whoa, whoa. I've been doing this to myself my whole life.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like that's also true for all of the other things, right? You can start to feel that little bit of love that someone's giving you in that little subtle way.
Oh, Hannah, bang on.
Or you can start to feel that little bit of support that's coming from over there.
Yeah.
Or actually maybe I'm working a little bit too hard and it's actually...
I've got to write that down. Yeah. That's beautiful.
You know, if I start, I mean, the most recent fast I did, I was so energized through the whole thing, but I've done fasts where I'm like, I just want to sleep for 3 days. And it's like then being really aware of my energy levels and where they really are. How my emotions are like that little tiny, like, oh, what's that? I think all of the receptors.
How open are people? What kind of fast do they do at the jungle?
I build them up to 3 days.
You build them up to 3 days? Yeah. I pushed them right into 3 days.
Yeah. So...
I do. The first one is 3 days.
Yeah.
Because maybe it's harsh.
Yeah.
But once they do the 3 days, I'm working with a very different person, even if they're just coming to talk about relationships. Because I think, well, you know, some people believe they're going to fall and die, and what are we going to do? But that big jump, like if you can do 3 days, trust me, you'll be fine. And their esteem is like, I could do it. I really thought I was going to die, but then I realized I just had a drink and I was fine. Like,
yeah.
So then facing something else, they're like, let's go for it. Because if I give them 24, I don't know, it's just like seeing if you can do a lap of the pool in one breath kind of feeling. Yeah. But it's like, come on, you can do 3, and then they'll stretch their own walls of their own mind when they're looking at their problem again next time. So I just like the push into 3, and then let's do 10 or whatever. But no, 3 gets me out of my own head.
I have to, a good fast is, I mean, I'll do 36 every now and then, but and if I get to 36, I'm like, oh,
you might as well
do sleep. Might as well do a month now. I mean, I'm really due for a 7, and I got to 5. I got to 5 days before Christmas, and like there was too much life, and there was absolutely no way that was good for me. It was now starting to become a stressor. So the reason I'm build it up like that is so that there's absolutely no stress being invoked on people that are coming in stressed out of their minds. So it's as soon as in the first month they've built up with intermittent fasting, and so 24 is like, oh, no worries. 36 is, oh, no worries. By the time they get to 3, they're like, huh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And also fasting has eliminated a ton of PMS symptoms. So it's really something like to look at for menopausal people, but I'll leave that for now. And also, because what fasting, I'm asking you, fasting got you into a different rhythm? Got you into a more natural cycle? Natural meaning you felt more connected to the sun and like moving with that circadian rhythm at all? Did it have an impact like that at all for you?
So I originally, over the last 2 years, the reason I started doing it was because after the athlete life, I had no actual menstrual cycle.
And that's why you started?
That's why I started. So I started cycling carbs and keto through my cycle to give progesterone and estrogen a chance to rise and fall as it needed to, and then doing longer fasts because my body was so inflamed from the bad advice I got after giving up the fighting, to try and get it all back. It was like, just eat everything because I was like, so now I was in more trouble. So that's the reason I did it, and that took me from horrendous amount of pain and no idea where I was even standing or what day it was or what I felt at all, to being very connected to myself and what I got very connected to my feelings in my body, to my cycle in my body. Like, oh, I know I'm menstruating right now. I know these things are happening, not because the clock says, because I can feel it.
Yeah.
And from that, the cycle that I'm now connected to is like, I know which time of the month for me I need to do specific things, and when I'm going to have this type of energy or that type of energy. And I guess it takes away a lot of the guilt or pressure to have to do specific things or do things in such a level. I just am in this space right now, and that's the way I'm going to operate, and that's okay.
Good. Like, so there's definitely a rhythm. And when you say you feel it in yourself, I'm going to take a stab in the dark that you do believe that you're connected to the earth and the earth is a part of you.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there is, and we are, that's how we connect to the earth, is through ourselves. So that's a super strong connection. Do you know where, do you fall on the moon or the new moon? Do you know if you're on any?
It was the moon for most of this year. Now it's doing something strange.
Oh, so you were on the full moon?
On the full moon for most of it. Now it's doing something strange.
They say that women who have their cycle on the moon are the witches, the shaman, the sorcerers, the women who cycle on a white moon, being a new moon, are like the bringers of life, the something else. But I was just learning about the different profiling on the quarters. And I thought that's really interesting. That's because people are often aim to not be on the moon. It's not that because some people do cycle with the moon. Some will be on a new moon.
I mean, it's a lot of energy.
Both ways. Both ways. It's a lot of energy. But then you don't want to talk too much about the moon because it's an interesting celestial body that we'll learn a lot about our moon in the next 5 years. I'll keep a lid on it because, I get excited about these things. And also how out of sync we are from the calendar as well. We were originally a 13-month calendar, and we took it to a 12. I think that there was 2 dates as 1582 to Pope the 8th, I forget his name, who I think he took us off the 13 month. And the 13 month is what our native brothers and sisters have always used to harvest, and they're encouraging to get back on it. It's something I've only started to do this year. It's hard to find the accuracy of it.
I actually was told about it because I was having a little bit of a tism tantrum because I didn't get all of the things done on New Year's Eve in the exact way that I usually do.
Oh, no, you've still got time.
Because, lots of people in my life that usually aren't. The connection and community, right? This is like the landing of this year, is the support and then connection and community, and then how actually uncomfortable it can sometimes be for me to have connection. And I'm like, there's people here. I've got my exact boxes of things I want to do in this list, and that got broken on New Year's Eve, and I was like, but yeah, apparently it's not. Yeah, anyway, so I get to do that on a different day.
Yeah, I'm all for it, man. Rumour is that in about 300 years we'll go back to the 13 month, but there are already communities that still operate.
There are
on the 13 month.
Who are still living in like 19 something or other right now.
Oh, even now where we are, I don't know how accurate my calculations are. I've done my best to be as clear as I can be. I want to give it a go. It'll be my first year living on that cycle. To go with doesn't so much follow the moon, but it's again about harvesting, reaping, and following those cycles. But see how I go. I mean, halfway, almost at the end of the first month, which finishes on the 19th of January. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So this next month is the 20th of Jan. 28 days.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, that'd be good.
See if I've noticed some things. I've read people who have noticed changes, those who have shifted, but I'm so green at this. I'm still learning about it. I don't know a lot about it.
Okay.
I'm just, when I hear something, I've got to give it a red hot
You
go.
do.
I've got to give it. I've got to live it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like fasting, started to learn about it, and you just got to dive in. You do 3 days. I think I did 10. I just jumped right in and said, I heard a TED talk, and I was like, I'm in.
Of course you
I
did.
want to know. I want to know about it.
You know what I really struggle with is like allowing myself to not train. And I've just had 6 weeks off of jiu-jitsu for like the first time ever. Because ayahuasca was like, oh no, you're done for a while for your nervous system. And so now this is the time to do like weeks. Have you done weeks?
No, I haven't at all. I don't have that experience. I don't even have that will, especially back then, having little kids. I don't think it's like food, care for yourself. Like, I don't think I could have done it. I don't know if I've got what it takes. Maybe if I was isolated.
I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
A dark room or something.
Yeah, well, not too dark. Not too dark. I'd like to try one of those sensory deprivation things.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty wild. Now, that's a tough one, because with the medicine telling you, you just took it.
So here's what actually happened. I was stretching my hamstring the day before I left, and I just started bawling my eyes out. And I was like, what's this? And I've stretched the other leg, and then the image I got, well, the message I got was like, you're done with jiu-jitsu, and I just bawled for the whole entire day. So it was in the lead up. And the image I got was like being on the aerial hammock much more. And so I just grieved and grieved and grieved and grieved. Like I'm not done. I don't want to give it up. I don't want to do this. Like, how is this happening again? And so, but then it was the next day I was in ceremony, and what I was shown was that it's like, feel how much this little touch can reverberate through your entire body and change everything. And you are getting grown men rip their arms around your neck, and and your nervous system is not in a state to be able to handle that because you've been fighting for your entire life, and so it still feels like you're in a fight, and it needs to calm down and feel safe, so then you can go back later where it becomes art. Rather, and your nervous system understands, your body understands what's happening. It can be a beautiful thing rather than we're still being attacked.
Was any of those tears relief hidden in there?
Probably. I mean, it's the grief is identity crisis, and also there's a lot of things in that. It's my place of joy. It's my place of actual exercise and burning all of the things and feeling good in my body and all of that. And I was starting to do really well and having all of this achievement and all of these things. So to have it be taken away again after the time, it was a similar thing a few years ago when I was in a medicine journey, and it's time to give up the gloves, and I was like, fucking what? But a journey was like, it was mama that said time to go do jiu-jitsu, and I'm like, you Indian given mother, but it's not that it's done. It's just find a way for your nervous system to calm completely and not feel like that it's attack or fight, and have systems in place where you can come home and your nervous system can completely relax. Because the state that I'm in right now, living in the business with my desk under the stairs with the dog hair and the dust and everything, and the bedroom right here, and it's even if I have a day off, I can hear I'm on all the time, and then I'm going to jiu-jitsu and having this fight and having this attack. And
with the when you felt that information come through, have you had that experience from the inner you, the true you, whatever word you use, just on your own? have you felt your own self advise you? Like, can
100%.
you have that?
Yeah.
Have you ever had instruction from you about fighting without medicine, like just you with you? Have you felt direction come from you?
In relation to martial arts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to listen to though.
Right. Did that come before you sat with her?
Yeah, the day before.
Oh, you told yourself to back down off it the day before, like to back off the fighting.
Yeah.
Right. Did you ever? Was that the first time you felt yourself tell you that?
No. In the year leading up to the ending the Thai fighting, there were moments of like, you're done. I did not want to hear it. Like it was like the tiniest little whisper, and I'm like, absolutely not. Because my identity was so intertwined.
And do you feel? How do you feel about sitting into this identity you've got now? Like when you look back from that moment, like what does this Hannah know that this woman didn't know?
That has absolutely nothing to do with what she's doing externally, the activities that she's doing.
Her identity?
Her identity, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's how she shows up in the world, and how she speaks, where she speaks from.
That's a real boon right there. So does that still integrate today? Like, do you still take some, like, do you feel a rev and just go, this is good, or is it a whole different world for you right now? Like, do you just not identify with who you were back then? It's like, whoa, man, that feels like a lifetime ago.
I don't think I identify with who I was back then. I think I still love the sport. I still love the fight. I still love the violence. I love all of that stuff so much. There's something that I read actually last night in a book, Existential Kink, and one of the practices is to just stop finding reasons for anything. Just do it because you fucking love it. Just because you want to, that no reason. Just I'm doing this, and that's the only reason. And I think to be able to go back into all of these things, and the only reason I'm doing it is because I'm doing it. And I want to.
Because
there's no like I'm going to be this or be that, or now I'm a like who cares? I'm just, and that can change tomorrow because there's no reason for it. And that's I felt like that took a lot of pressure away from things. It could make almost everything so much more joyful and fun.
I think that moment that you had when it doesn't mean anything. Like my identity is not my costume party or whatever, like what you're participating with. It's a constant listening to you and following that thing.
When it makes no sense even.
Exactly. That's a beautiful place to arrive to. People spend a lot of money trying to.
I did spend a lot of money.
Good to hear it. People need to hear it, you know, sometimes. People need funny permission. I mean, I do need funny permission to pursue some things. Like that's the moment that you don't want to spend your whole life seeking. And there used to be glory about being a seeker. And there's not to say this or that, but man, you just want to walk the path. Just walk the walk, talk the talk, and adapt when you have to. It's just like being a great sailor, you know. Just great. You just know when to lift that sail, drop it. You get it.
Because there's something speaking. Like,
you've paid attention. You can read the water, read the wind. You're aware. And
I feel like that happens when you start to allow who you actually are to exist out in the world. So you're not hiding that, so you don't have to hide the voice of it either. Yeah,
because people's brain they might go to, well, how do you do that? And it's you just said it. It's like you just listen. Like and even when your earlier story, when you wanted to put the gems on your face, you were still listening. You just had to figure out your volume and your bass and your treble. But you were listening. It was just everything was high. And then you just became your own DJ. because people are like, but how, and it's like it's an elegant ear. It's just doing that thing, as in like I'm going to leave early, or I don't want to watch this anymore, and stop watching it. Or like I'm full, I stop eating, because people think about New Year's resolutions, and like it might be like to lose 20 kilos, but if you're going to take that approach to get to the point of that self-realization, instead of wanting to lose 20 kilos, make a pledge to do today better than yesterday, just a little bit better than yesterday. And if you didn't do it better, make a pledge to be more compassionate. Like, don't absolute it so much. Just do better, and then before you know it, you arrive somewhere. You're like, how the hell did I get here? It's just listening. That is that slow is smooth and smooth is fast thing, isn't it? Nice job, by the way. That's a good story. Nice job.
Beautiful.
Well done. I mean it. Like, well
Thank
done.
you.
That's good.